Hi, we're live here in Haunted Hunter's Cabin, and I'm just updating here on Twitch so you guys can see. And so, I'll give you a quick look see here. So, again, you guys can see that we're just updating my shows up to Twitch. And hello. And so anyhow, we're gonna be late with the haunted fireplace tonight, guys. I think we're gonna be very late tonight, and so again, we'll be on late with that, and so later tonight when we do the haunted hunter's cabin haunted fireplace, we will not be accepting any invites to that to my live stream when the haunted fireplace is on, but during the daytime shows and right now kind of show that I'm on now, I will accept invites and that kind of thing. So again, I'm just doing a quick update on some of my older shows from last year, and they're all going up on Twitch and YouTube, and so you'll be able to follow those. And so again, we're just having a relaxed moment here right now and that kind of thing. So again, I still have a lot of other shows that I'm also working on from last year too that I'm putting up. That's slowly making its way to YouTube and Twitch, Dashboard TV. So and that kind of stuff as well. So kind of conversing my old home videos from YouTube and from Facebook to YouTube and that kind of stuff in Twitch. So it is getting that all set up. So that way they're viewable and watchable. And also too, closer to Halloween, guys, it is going to be the full spooky haunted house of Haunted Hunter's Cabin on Devil's Night and Halloween Night, October 30th and October 31st at night. And the 31st is going to be the last night of Haunted Hunter's Cabin, and that'll end our final shows for Haunted Hunter's Cabin. And then Jokers on Duty is going to pick up in November for our Christmas shows, so that'll be really cool. So also, too, behind me, you can see I got my strobe light there. I better turn my fan on because I'm going to probably overheat here in a minute. Ah, there we go. A nice cool breeze. Pretty soon the weather is going to get cold out and that kind of thing. So the temperature is going to drop, which I'm all waiting for. That way we can finally finish up with this heat wave we've been having. And that's what we like to call Indian summer and that kind of stuff as well. But we're going to try to get to the haunted Hunter's Cabin fireplace tonight. But if we don't get to it tonight, we will definitely get to it tomorrow night, and that kind of thing as well. Because I still have a lot of Facebook shows from last year to do with Hunter's Cabin. I still gotta get up on YouTube and that, and then I have to get all the last year's Jokers on Duties up there, Christmas shows up there, and everything as well. And so it is a lot of work. It is. It is a lot of work getting, especially at the editing and publishing part of it. So again, that is. So yeah, I'm just waiting on Twitch to pick up some of my other homemade videos and that kind of stuff as well. And then again we'll be back spooking for Halloween. And I can't believe September is almost finished, and that kind of stuff too. So I think a couple more weeks. I think 2 or 3 more weeks of September, and then we're finally into the big spooky month, guys, of the big, what we call the big Halloween fiesta month. Means the month of October is dedicated to is considered Halloween month, because Halloween falls at the end of the month in October. So that'd be kind of cool. And so again, we're still on that countdown, and that kind of stuff. So again, there's been a couple cool so far spooky episodes I put on here for you guys. There was a bit of a spooky one last night, and after the haunted fireplace, and with the haunted fireplace, and then there was a couple of day sessions today, and then there's this session tonight, and then later tonight, if we got time, we get to the haunted Hunter's Cabin fireplace. If we get to it tonight or tomorrow night, there will be another what you call early, mid, dark morning spook, what you call a spook show, kind of spook everybody out and that kind of thing. I always have fun with those guys. Sometimes they get comical, especially when you trip on stuff. All you have is a flashlight. So again, it all fits the haunted house for Halloween. So again, it is. We could have another one of those 3:00 a.m. Spook shows, early morning spook shows. So watch out for that, and I'll try not to trip on the cat. He's black. He's hard to see in the dark. He's a tentacle Egyptian Siamese black cat that I have haunted. Oh. Hunters, haunted hunters, CABN. Haunted House OUSE, and we're gonna go live. So again, I'm putting up last year's shows. So again, I have this year's automatically go up as I film them, and all of last year's is going up as well. So you can also catch last year's shows. Oh, that's a bummer. I was hoping that one was been going. Haunted Hunter's Cabin, haunted F5. There we go. Maybe they'll do something. Nope. Oh well. I guess that'll view later. That was one of my good ones too from last year. But that is okay. We'll somehow there was an error in that one. Oh, I guess it mute auto. like that. And go copy. Save change. Go. No, no, it ain't gonna do anything either. Okay, so we go to the next set. And one didn't come through from last year's video, but it is on YouTube, guys. You can follow it on YouTube. One didn't pick up on Twitch, but majority of them do. So, hey, Speedy, I see you behind me, bud. Yes, I see you sneaking around behind me, behind there. I hear your bell, and that. So. He's sitting down beside me here. He's loving my shows. He's been on half of my shows too, and that. So he always loves it when I do up these shows. Well, I guess while that is loading in, no, other ones I didn't have to watch. We're just going to let them gradually kind of load themselves in. And okay, so we've got the top one coming through. Sometimes I stop to wonder. It's funny because I sit back, and like I said, we've played music on our shows before too. But sometimes we can sneak them in, sneak it on in there, and then sometimes we can't. And it is funny because you see some of the other live streamers, they've always got music on in the background, but again, they never get the one notices that I've been getting. So on the music, so that's why we stopped. That's why my show stopped taking a chance with the music end of it. But there is times where we have snuck it in. It's just getting it now. It is getting harder and harder to sneak in the music. So again, that's why for our final last year of Haunted Hunter's Cabin here, we're going to try to run this haunted house without any music. Authentically in the dark. Sound effects, now for Halloween, sound effects goes through with no problem, guys. I find, but that's about it. But as far as everyday Christmas music, I guess, or whatever else like that, it doesn't survive on these live streams. Even if I'm live streaming at an actual event, I find it's getting harder and harder to pick up on the music. To actually post the live stream with music on it. It's a bit of what you call a risk taker, and that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, so again, just kind of waiting there and see if there's any new followers. And so I guess it must be we must be down to one follower all day today. That is okay, but yeah, they'll probably momentarily make their way in. Like I said, they're slowly gonna make their way in and that kind of stuff like that. And but like I said, I've got for the haunted house here, guys, I've got a lot of spooky gadgets that I pull out of my closet. Hiding in my closet that I bring on here for the haunted house. I got a lot of closet full of spooky gadgets I've been buying over the years and collecting. So you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what will make you jump in the night, and that kind of thing. So. like I mean, also too, like it's like we always have our card flip challenges and that kind of thing. It's not Dark Haunted Hunter's Cabin card game challenge, but we just basically have the flip challenge. But again, when we did the black dicing, that was different. That was playing off of Mr. Buzzsaw to play him off the hook and that kind of thing officially. So and so that way, because he can't handle this haunted house. So um, when he's out trick or treating, I know he's a 30-year-old man and still likes going out trick or treating, but I'm sure he can. I guess when he's out trick or treating, there's a little less haunted houses that are a little less frightening that for him that he'll be able to handle. This one here he can't handle because Hunter's Cabin haunted house is too hard for him to handle. It is too frightening. This one here, it can get very, very, very frightening, and so that's why we black diced him off the game out of Haunted Hunter's Cabin haunted house. He wouldn't be able to sit on this side of the live stream and to go as deep as we go into the pits of the historical horrorgraphical of the haunted house like I do, and also coming from a horror movie fan and that kind of stuff as well, where I really know how at times, especially around Halloween time, I really know how to put a scare into people. It's funny. So I mean, it's just like it's like watching people like jump off the couch and that kind of thing. So again, it is a really, really cool haunted house setup this year. Taking one of my old summer camp childhood stories and that kind of thing, legends, and putting it to a haunted house. Now that I overcame the nightmares end of it and everything else like that, I was able to kind of glue it, puzzle it all together, and that kind of thing for these last 2 years. So it is still going to it is Hunter's Cabin on Halloween night, October 31st, Wednesday, October 31st, is going to be a longer show. It's going to go till 1 in the, we're hopefully going to go to, hopefully try to go till 12:30 or 1 in the morning. And that, so it's going to be a longer show, and it's going to be a bit of a twist than anything to it at the end. And so again, a twist we're going to have to make up of our own. So I think we're going to have one big closeout that night. And then next year it is no more Haunted Hunter's Cabin after this year, because this is the final Haunted Hunter's Cabin shows. Then all the Haunted Hunter's Cabin shows will be done. Next year will be just going into just what you call spiritual communications. Means next year for Halloween it is going to be totally way different next year. Means there's only going to be small, maybe it is still just going to be just the card game. The crystal ball and the other replicant you've seen, that is about it. As far as the dummies go, the dummies are not going to exist next year, and the lighting and everything else like that we're putting in is not going to have a big is not going to be on set next year. So it is. We're looking at it all being totally different next year. So again, we're gonna over this next year before the new year when it starts. I'm actually gonna brainstorm and put stuff together for next year, but it won't be dummies like it is, and it won't be Hunter's Cabin like it is this for this last year. So Hunter's Cabin, this is last year for Haunted Hunter's Cabin. So Haunted Hunter's Cabin, guys, is gonna be done Halloween night this year. So it'll be totally, these Haunted Hunter's Cabin shows will be finished. So we'll just, again, we're gonna work on probably maybe next year. Next Halloween or next year in 2019, we're gonna focus more outside than anything. A lot of our live streams are gonna focus more on the outside, on being outside, and not more so um, around the Halloween time and that kind of stuff as well, and that kind of stuff. But it won't be the Dark Haunted Hunter's Cabin challenge like you've seen in some of my videos and that kind of thing for the last for the last 2 years. So again, it is making one big. It is all going to be different next year, guys. It is going to be a totally different theme next year. And so, Haunted Hunter's Cabin is done at the as of October 31st this year. Halloween will mark the final closing of the Haunted Hunter's Cabin haunted house shows, and that so Haunted Hunter's Cabin will be actually officially finished on Halloween night. So that's why we're gonna make a big finale out of it. We're gonna actually going to go into a big all-nighter spook show, guys. So again, I have to switch over to we'll have to switch to my battery pack, and that make sure my phone's well charged up, and test my other camera to see if I can get my live stream working on my other thing. So again, we're going to have one big spook fest that night, and that so we're gonna celebrate Halloween of 2018 and say farewell to Haunted Hunter's Cabin. So to mark our anniversary of Hunter's Cabin will finally be finished Halloween night of this year. So it'll be our last night of Hunter's Cabin. So we're gonna have one cool big ending. So probably gonna have a big party ending and that kind of thing. So Mr. Buzzsaw, because he's black diced off, cannot come to it. Those are the rules of Haunted Hunter's Cabin, because he has been black diced, and a player that has been black diced can't come to the party. He's got to go to another party. Those are the rules. So, because he's no longer part of these shows. So, again, for the Halloween shows, for the rest of the Haunted Hunter's Cabin shows. So, but when we start into the Jokers on Duty shows and the Christmas shows, he's welcome to join us for that, because that has nothing to do with Haunted Hunter's Cabin. With the Halloween ones, he can't handle the Halloween ones, but he can handle the Christmas and New Year's. So. Now, considering he don't get black diced at the other parties, and they don't have the same idea, now that would be too funny. Definitely, that would be too funny. Again, this haunted house just black diced them. No, if the community living party decides they're gonna black dice them, or or black dice, or somebody goes to black dice them from trick or treating, that'd be funny. That'd be too funny. Then I even though that would be funny. I pity anybody out there with a video camera catching that on tape. But you never know. I'm gonna put haunted house OUSE. Oh, sorry. Oh, not V. E. Live. And I guess that is over on that side. But so while we're on here, having a bit of a, again, this is just a bit of a break. So it's already after dark. kind of maybe we might get to that fireplace night, maybe not. If not tonight, we will definitely get to it tomorrow night, and that kind of stuff as well. Um, but does anybody on here actually have already started planning their Halloween plans for Halloween this year, for the end of October? Or nobody think about that yet? Because we're just coming up to, yeah, because we got to have Thanksgiving first. I think after Thanksgiving, everybody will start thinking about Halloween. Only reason why our shows we start early, midsummer, is because we take a long time to prepare to set the dummies up, and get them all in place, and map them out on where they're gonna go. And and plus, because we're actually videotaping and recording live, filming. A lot of that takes a lot of time to put together. And this Haunted Hunter's Cabin was a 2-year project, and that's a setup project, haunted house. So again, it kind of backtracked. I just had to backtrack my memory from my childhood, and kind of start to brainstorm and remember what my life was like in my childhood, or my summer camp childhood experience and adventures I had at Camp Northern Lights. So kind of bringing it back to these 2 years, 2017, 2018 haunted house for you for Halloween. Since now I don't have the Nightmares end of it. Nightmares end of it anymore. I grew out of those. And that was back in 1989 and 1990 when I had the bad nightmares and that kind of stuff. And to me, it came to me as being a vision of being very real, and that kind of, and a real experience too, and close encountered when we actually slept at the real Haunted Hunter's Cabin, and we heard the sounds in the woods, and after the legend was told. Now, it was based on, the legend itself was based on a very true legend that really happened in Canadian history, between 1811 and 1813. The apparitions actually started haunting in 1813, and the War of 1812, all the British and the First Nation went to war in 1812, and was the first declaration of the 1812 war, the War of 1812 against the Mohican natives and the French and British and English war. So that was so again, that is a little bit of a history moment there for you. And Hunter's Cabin, the legend itself of Haunted Hunter's Cabin originally started. The cabin was built in 1811, and the hauntings, the beheading and the hauntings started in 1813, and that kind of stuff too. And so that again, with the sightings, the apparitions, and all hauntings and that kind of thing. And today on the Camp Northern Lights grounds in Bob Cage and Halberton, all they do is they just disturb and haunt. It is not as bad as it used to be, as they were in 1813 and 1812. Again, like I said today, it is just more of a nuisance to the campers than anything. Again, the hauntings are not as violent or as bad as they would have been when they first came back. But that camp where the kids camp has always been haunted for years. And that, when the legend was first told to me in 1989 and 1990, that's when I came in close encounter and visioned the legend, and had a close encounter with the cabin and everything else like that, to be able to put this all together for you guys. So basically, I'm taking an old nightmare that I went through as a childhood nightmare, and kind of visualizing what things would have looked like back then, or to me, how my vision of it came to me, or what I vision of it, of the story of it. So to be able to share with you for these last 2 Halloweens. So again, that is how this is kind of coming about, and that kind of thing. be able to set the replicancy up of it all. Today it is known to be a campfire ghost legend, but at one time it is based on a true story. So that has over historical times really did happen, and that kind of stuff as well. So again, I thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of puzzle everything together and replicate everything together and put it into a nice haunted house for Halloween, and to make a big spook show out of it. So again, to get kind of people into the spooky mode, and especially for the horror movie fans out there, I know they love this kind of stuff, and like I know I do, and that's how actually I started into watching horror movies, is by that legend. So that legend got me hooked on horror movies as well, over my childhood and that kind of stuff as well. So you get to actually see what things would have looked like in Haunted Hunter's Cabin if you were if I had taken you into the real cabin. The real cabin alone in Bob Cajun and Halliburton, I would have had to have a team bucket, and we would actually have to sleep in camp in it, and the hauntings and apparitions would actually be totally real on here, and that kind of thing. So again, the haunting spook shows. Now that there is a little bit of again with that there. So early morning spook shows that there is some of that spiritual movement. There is spiritual movement in here for real, but I don't want to scare people too much, and so we kind of just made a joke out of it, and well, not making a joke out of it, but kind of added it into our shows, so that way we know there's something moving around in here, but again, we are keeping calm about it and putting it into a show, so making a show out of it. So that way we're adding it to the haunted house and making a spook show out of it. And I'm on live. And that, so again, I'm just waiting for this to come through. If we don't get to the Haunted Hunter's Cabin fireplace tonight, we will get to it tomorrow night. And that, so again, I'm just getting everything as much as I can uploaded, and to Twitch Dashboard TV. It is taking its some time to come in, and so anyhow, and that. So again, we're just seeing if there's any more people coming in. Or is it going to be one all day and all night? That is okay. Ooh, hit my elbow, hit my funny bone. That ain't good. So also too, while I'm waiting for this to come in, I'm gonna give you guys a quick tour, look around the room, so that way you can see what it looks like in the light before you guys get to see it before you guys see it in the dark again. Because you'd be surprised what these dummies look like in the dark. They look pretty kind of real dead people in the dark. Oh, talking about dummies, I still have the ironing board. I got to dig out and get a dummy up on the ironing board gurney, and that I have no idea where the jumping Jehoshaphat, am I point here? He takes up a majority of the room, guys. The ironing board gurney is going to go up. Actually, I had a chance. What was it? One year, I was doing an outside haunted house. Somebody was going to sell me an old hospital gurney, and an old used one that they were throwing out. That was still in good shape. They didn't want it. They were going to sell it to me for one of my haunted houses, and because I moved around a lot, I didn't want to buy it. So I kind of turned down the sale on it, but it was only going to be like $50, and I could have used it for, for every haunted house I do. But but because I was moving around by Greyhound bus so much, I kind of had to buy stuff and throw stuff out here and there. stuff to do with the haunted house. So, because I couldn't take it all with me because I was moving around too much. Now I'm not moving around as much, and that kind of stuff. So again, within the same town here now. We moved from the house to this apartment building, and so the stuff I had the years when we lived in the house, I do have old pictures of that too, floating around somewhere too, from that setup I did. On the front yard with the real wooden casket and that standing up, and with the real stone tablets, quarry stones, gravestones, with the fake names on them, and which I sold to a friend of ours across the street because I couldn't get them in the apartment here. So, and a lot of the other stuff that I had, like my pirate's hat, and that I used to have, the big, Ichabod Crane pirate's hat. It was cardboard, but it got water damage and that kind of stuff, so I had to throw it out because a lot of rain got it, because it was an outdoor haunted house and that kind of stuff as well. Now, because I'm I've converted my apartment into a haunted house to do these live television shows on Facebook and Dashboard, Twitch, and YouTube. I've got everything now under what you call wind control. So that way I don't have to chase anything down the street. Now, we don't get trick-or-treaters in the apartment building because they cannot come door to door. It is a building policy, but they can come as far as the front lobby downstairs, and usually the building owner every year will put a bowl of candy out there for the kids to help themselves to at Halloween, and the superintendent will sit down there with it. Now, the last 2 years they didn't, but the year we moved in, one of the superintendents did. And on the first landing as you came in the door, and so that way they weren't going to door and that kind of stuff. So technically, all we are for Halloween is what you call a Facebook television show. So again, Haunted Hunter's Cabin is only a Facebook television show. And so again, if I have one of my friends that decides they want to come and sit with me here in the haunted house, that's fine. They don't have to and come on camera. That's up to them. But usually it's down now to a one-man dummy show. Bunch of vacuum cleaners all dressed up. And that kind of thing. And also, too, guys, we are going to reveal on November the 1st show, guys, be prepared. November the 1st, live, All Saints Day. We are going to take you live behind the scenes of Haunted Hunter's Cabin, where everything gets taken down, like we did last year. So you get to actually see what is under these dummies and what they're actually stuffed with. So be prepared for that. So that is going to be the fun show. Is the last day. So again, that is where you finally get to see all the dummies that are stuffed, and what they're really stuffed with, and what's under the clothing that I use to make up the dummies and that kind of thing. I do have a couple more dummies coming out. I gotta find my pumpkin bag. I am going to buy, talking about pumpkin bag, I am going to buy a pumpkin. Now, depending on how the temperatures is in here, if they can cool it down a bit more, I am going to buy a real pumpkin, and we're going to carve it live for you here on here in Haunted Hunter's Cabin, right here on Jokers on Dirty. And I'm the main owner and founder of Jokers on Dirty, and the name of it, not the content of it, the name of it, and same with Haunted Hunter's Cabin. So again, it is just the name title, guys. Yes, there is some shows where we have played CDs in the background for you and that kind of stuff. Those are CDs, those are music, those are bought CDs from the store or whatever that people wrote. But again, just the name Jokers on Duty, guys, and Haunted Hunter's Cabin. I'm the owner of those name titles, and just the titles, and that kind of thing, and the Jokers on Duty movement, which is kind of just because I'm the main Joker, what you call main Joker on duty, and that kind of thing. That was originally an idea that was part of me from another group that I started up before I moved from Peterborough. Another group that a friend of mine and I started up. I was the main one that started it up. Was the Joker's Corner, but that wasn't a video movement. Joker's on Duty was more of a video. It was more of a video movement than anything. Started with a regular video camera, and then now since we got live, Facebook Live and Twitch, social media, we decided to upgrade, and that kind of stuff. So. To actually reach out to the internet community and that kind of thing. So that's why you see us on YouTube, you see us on live Facebook Live, and you see us on Dashboard Twitch TV. Pretty soon I am going to figure out how to actually go live on Twitch. That I'm slowly trying to figure out. But again, it is another year of planning and that kind of thing, to kind of another discovery to figure out. And also to the other night, Mike. One of the other nights, Mike tried coming through, and for some reason he was freezing coming through, and we couldn't bring him through. And that kind of thing for the little window chat and that kind of thing. So he's always encouraging. He's a really nice guy. He's always encouraging in that, and very peaceful type guy. I haven't known him all my life. I've met him the last 2 years. He lives in Guelph by doing the MFers and that kind of thing, and he came across to me being to be an alright type of person, and that kind of thing. And he come out and he introduced himself and that kind of thing last year before Christmas and that kind of thing. So he's a really, really nice guy. Guys. I don't know if he's still doing MFers or not. I don't know who this other red-headed rooster hairdo Indian dude is, but I still think that Mike was a lot better doing MFers than anything. I think Michael Klotz did a better job at it than anything. I haven't seen this other guy live yet, so I don't know what he's like. I've only seen Mike, but Mike was a bundle of joy with it. I have to grant that. Yeah, for a guy that has a very cool, good sense of humor. This other dude doesn't even smile. In any of his pictures, you see him, he don't even smile. Where you see Mike, he's doing the selfies and he's smiling away, and he's got the Cinderella hairdo. That's what I like about him. And that kind of stuff. So that's what I said. He's really cool dude. That guy. So again, we're just updating, see if we got any more. We're gonna wait a little bit longer, see if we get any more people coming in. And she looks like she's gonna be very dead silent night in Hunter's cabin tonight. And that is okay. I hope I didn't scare everybody off too much. So up there, guys, you see I got my strobe light and I got my TV. Also, too, guys, my laptop. Sometimes I plug into my TV, so I can actually bring the computer up bigger on my TV over here, and so that way I'm gonna try testing my live stream on my laptop computer again, and we're gonna go live on a big TV back here, and that's so sometimes when I get my HD live stream. HD webcam going, I can be live twice at the same time. It is neat. Considering my HD camera, my computer does not freeze. And that's so again, it is self-studio building, and a lot of filming editors do that, and live streamers do that. So again, it is really cool. So again, like I said, I hope everybody's having a great night so far, and we will see you guys live at the haunt. Again, we will be live tomorrow night with the Haunted Hunters Cabin Haunted House live Halloween theater haunted fireplace tomorrow night after dark, and also too you can catch our daytime shows as well. And I hope everybody has a great night, and thank you for tuning in. We were live from Haunted Hunters Cabin here live on Jokers on Duty. Have a great day.